When I think about what it is that I want to do going forward, there's two questions that I ask myself every single time. And that is, what can I do today that my future Jim Shorkey is going to thank me for? The second question is, what can I stop doing today that my future Jim Shorkey is going to say, man, I'm glad you stopped doing that. That was a bad idea. You shouldn't have been doing it ever, but you.
How you can be the greatest salesperson on the planet.
Welcome to the Rethink Sales Show. My name is Derek Kelly. I am joined by Jim Shorkey and Jim's nephew, Dave Long. Dave, welcome back.
How's it going? Happy to be here.
It's good. It's
Happy to have you
good.
here.
So Jim talks about this idea that sounds really deep, but it's actually, maybe it's super complex and maybe it's simple. It's called hyperbolic discounting. What the heck is that?
Hyperbolic discounting means that we have this journey that we're on, and there's some things that we need to do today that are arguably uncomfortable. And so, because it's uncomfortable, we discount the value of it today versus the down the road benefits that we're going to enjoy from it. I ask this question a lot to myself. What can I do today that my future Jim Shorkey is going to be grateful for? And what can I stop doing today that my future Jim Shorkey is going to be grateful for? So I want you to pause and think about that. So when we talk about the future Jim Shorkey, we're talking about a result. And with hyperbolic discounting, we discount the benefit of today versus the benefit of down the road. And so for example, it's called mouth pleasure, right? So the Doritos are really good. They taste good, but they're really bad for us. And we know that they're bad for us, but we discount that badness based on the present joy. And then we forget about down the road that if we keep doing these Doritos every day in, day in and day out, that it's going to be really a bad result, but we ignore it. That could be same for alcohol. I'm going to enjoy this drink today, not thinking about the consequences of down the road. Hyperbolic discounting. I'd recommend, and by the way, this is not medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm an old worn-out car salesman. So just Google it. It's a very interesting idea, hyperbolic discounting. We discount the relevance of a today action that's going to produce a great result down the road in place of the mouth pleasure or something like that, the present pleasure. And we ignore the fact that present pleasure could very well end up with a really bad result down the road.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that hyperbolic piece is like that exaggeration, right? You're exaggerating something. So it sounds like in that term that you'd be exaggerating the current moment, like exaggerating the joy that you're going to get out of something. Is that kind of it?
I don't know. It's just we get caught up in the present moment and ignore the down the road consequences. Smoking comes to mind. This one cigarette today isn't going to kill me. I know that. But it's the culmination of one cigarette a day for the next 30 years or 10 or a pack, whatever the case may be. Same with alcohol. Same with time wasting, the pitfalls of these different time sucks, like call them, rabbit holes. And really, Jim Shorkey, this guy here, needs to get out today and do 13,000 steps. It would be so easy to not do the 13,000 steps. And in place, I would watch that show on TV that gives me pleasure right now.
Yes.
But I'm not doing what Dr. Rizzo told me to do, which is to walk. So I need to forget about that show and go do the steps.
So what's the opposite of that, Jim? Like you've talked about the value of saving up cash in the bank as you're growing your business and having that reserve. And that's a very long-term approach of I'm building up this reserve, I'm building up this capital, or even with what you've been talking about, Dave, of making sure you take your supplements, making sure you're eating healthy. And those choices are made daily, but the compounding interest of doing that day over day builds up over time. It's a long-term approach instead of the instant reward. It's, hey, I'm going to take care of my son. I'll make sure he's set up right. I'll make sure he goes to practice. I'll make sure he coaches well, make sure he listens. I'll make sure he's mentored. That takes time. That's not going to happen tomorrow.
And it's difficult. We used to, adages, you like adages. If this was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not easy. It's not. It's truly not. It's hard. One day at a time is hard. It's hard. But the consequences of ignoring that today thing is disastrous down the road. And that's the true meaning of hyperbolic discounting. We discount the value of the today action because we enjoy the pleasure of whatever that would be. And we don't think about the down the road consequences. There's a great quote by his guy's name is Robert Ingersoll. I actually have a t-shirt that says this. He said, in nature, now think about this. In nature, there are no rewards or punishments. There are consequences. And that probably would be the most succinct way that I could define hyperbolic discounting. There's going to be consequences to the actions that we take today. Good consequences or bad consequences.
Right.
It's your choice. You need to figure that out. I can't do it for you. But I know for myself, there's things that I need to do today that if I ignore, they could be very dire consequences down the road. And I really don't want that. So I got to be on point today, not tomorrow.
Yep.
Not tomorrow. Today.
And it's in a lot of areas of life, right, Jim? Like Dave is going to leave here and drive home. He can either be like, wow, I'm so excited to see my son David. We're going to do something fun. We'll spend some time together. I'm pumped up. I was just with Uncle Jim and Derek Kelly. That was awesome. That was fun.
Right.
Or he could be like, man, I drove a lot. I'm tired. Whatever. I'm just going to sit around, watch some YouTube, right? And just be like, whatever. And that's a choice, right?
is a
Those sound
choice.
like such
It's always a
minor
choice.
choices, but they matter.
One has gratification and I get to do something fun, or I just lay there like a sloth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's ramifications there.
Yeah.
Let's call it consequences.
Consequences.
I like that better because remember, in nature, there's no rewards and there's no punishments. There are consequences. And that's not my quote.
Consequences.
That's Robert Ingersoll. But I like it. I think it's really neat. Oh, if I do everything right, I'm going to be rewarded. No, there's going to be consequences. And if you do everything right, for the most part, the consequences are going to be good versus bad the other direction. And yeah, I guess you could say rewards and punishments, but I like the way it's structured. I actually have a t-shirt that says that, and I wear it proudly. Did I explain that properly?
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
I
I
did?
think
That's great.
Yeah.
And,
I think
please Google it because I'm not a
Yeah.
doctor. I'm an old worn-out
Right.
car salesman, so maybe I'm not explaining it quite the right way.
No, I think you explained it really well because you're basically saying we glorify the present moment. We basically say, I really want to enjoy this thing right now. Who cares, good or bad, what consequence it gives me? This is what I'm going to do.
But let's slow down there. Let's glorify. I don't agree with that, what you said there. I want
Sure.
to change that. I want to glorify the present moment. I think it's essential that I glorify the present moment. And I'm going to glorify it based on what is the right thing to do. What is the next right thing to do? And that's truly what one day at a time is all about. It is hyperbolic discounting, in opposite. Okay. So we're not going to discount our present stupidity. We're not going to discount that. But we're going to focus on our doing the right things today so that we have the right consequences down the road. But I would recommend that you Google it. It's a very scientific thing. It's not baloney.
Yeah, there's
It's
a
scientific.
chart. There's like a
There's
graph with an X and Y.
Well, that's the hyperbolic part of it. It's
Yep.
a hyperbolic graph. And it's very interesting. So the bottom line is Dave and I and Derek and Jess, we need to really work on doubling down on doing the right things today.
Yeah, you're making
That's
me
it.
feel guilty. I didn't go to the gym this morning. Yeah.
You still have time.
yeah.
You still
Yeah,
have
you
time.
do.
And by the
Yeah.
way, where's the gym at?
A couple miles away from my
No,
house.
it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not true.
Where's the gym?
Right there.
Oh.
Right there.
Push-ups.
Push-ups,
Yeah.
bodyweight squats,
Yep.
sit-ups, jumping jacks. I'll tell you what, I'll have you freaking groaning. You'll be sweating like a pig. I'll put you through a routine. The gym's right there. And I want you to go to the gym.
right.
I'm just saying.
That takes
sometimes
the
we
pressure off. Yeah, that takes the pressure
Sometimes
off.
we use that for an excuse. I don't have time to get to the gym. I'm asking you again. So you
Yeah,
don't have
fair
time to
point.
exercise today, right?
Right.
Let's play act here. You tell me, I don't have time to exercise today.
I don't have time to exercise today.
Can you give me 5 minutes?
Yeah,
5 minutes. Can you squeeze in 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
All right, let's negotiate. Can you get it to 7?
I could probably do 7.
How about 10?
That's pushing it.
Okay, but can we get 10?
Yeah,
Now, if we do 10, that's way better than none.
true.
And I'll tell you what, we do it the right way. Put it this way, if you went for a 10-minute run today, what's your heart rate going to be? 130, 140?
141 probably.
There's a benefit.
Yeah.
This is what hyperbolic discounting is all about. Okay, we can't do an hour. And again, sometimes, one day at a time. Sometimes we focus on the hour. What can you do? That's the question. And we just agreed we can do 10 minutes. Let's do that 10 minutes then. David, young David, I'm going to take you out. We're going to go, I heard talking about duck pins, I think, right?
Yeah, duck
So
pin
we're going to go
bowling.
do that. But before I do that, do you mind if I can, out here on my circle here, to run 10 minutes would be about 10 laps around that circle, about 6/10 of a mile, maybe a little further. Can you do that today? Matter of fact, if you really wanted to, you could, I'm going home. Guess what you could do before you get in the truck to go home?
Run around.
You could. So there you go. And now it's done. And then, by the way, because this guy's an aggressive guy, he just might get home and say, you know what? I'm going to do another, fill in a blank.
10 minutes.
And he does. It's like, you got a pretty dang good day going.
And then instead, at the end of the day, instead of saying I didn't go to the gym, he's, oh, I actually worked out for 20 minutes.
Yeah. And then he's getting ready to go to bed, and it's time to hit the knees. But before we do that, can we bang out some push-ups? Can we bang out some bodyweight squats? Can we? And now he does another 10 minutes.
Right.
Now he's done 30 minutes of exercise in one day that he couldn't. You know what? That is really powerful medicine.
Right.
It is. Do you agree?
I totally agree.
30 minutes. And if you do look at the literature on it, the scientific literature, I'm an old worn out car salesman, let's not forget that. No medical advice here. But if you look at the literature, that's what they're recommending is 30 minutes a day. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we don't do it all one time, but granted, it'd be better if we did it all one time. I know that. I know that. But you know what? We can't do it all one time.
So what does Dave do, Jim, when he gets stuck? Let's say he goes home, he's tired, he ends up, I don't know, on Netflix or YouTube for 20 minutes and he's beating himself up and he's, oh man, I wish I would have either spent time with Dave or David or I worked out. Like, how does he get himself out of that loop?
If you're stuck, you got to get unstuck. Okay, so you need to get unstuck. Sounds trite, but it's true. You need to get unstuck. So you're watching a TV program. Can you watch the TV program, and while you're watching it, can you do bodyweight squats?
Sure.
Absolutely, no question. Can you bang out some push-ups? You won't be able to look at the TV as well, but or how about sit-ups? You can watch the TV and do sit-ups. You can do the bodyweight squats. That's right there. You can do some arm circles. That's
Sure.
one. Watching TV. I'm watching TV right now and I'm doing arm circles. Or I'm not doing jump jack because that'd be a bit loud and hard to watch the TV, but I can do a modified jumping jack just standing there and taking my hands, I can't do it here, but like this. So there's things that I can, let's not talk about what we can't do. Let's not talk about what we can't do. That's not what one day at a time is all about. That's hyperbolic discounting. Let's talk about what we can do. I had somebody I was talking to the other day, and I'm going to leave names out of it, but telling me what he can't do. And I called BS on it. And I said, okay, you're telling me you can't, right? Get down on the ground right now and bang out some push-ups. And he did. And he got 28 push-ups. 28. Guy push-ups, as we call them, 28. That's a big number. I said, do me a favor. Don't ever tell me again what you can't do. I don't want to hear it. They say when you hit the wall and you're done, there's 15% more to get.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is what happens when
absolutely.
when willpower runs out? I have 3 kids. It's toward bedtime.
Willpower
I'm
doesn't run
tired.
out. That's you. That's you.
Yeah.
You're running it out. And again, you're making excuses. I got 3 kids. Okay, let's do the kids and get them. I understand that. That's, You got to do that. But that doesn't mean you can't. I'm only asking for 5 minutes, Derek.
Yep.
I'm not asking for 5 hours. I'm not asking my nephew to go to the gym. I'm not. I'm saying, Dave, all I want to know, okay, let's role play. So you have this schedule and okay,
Yep.
we're doing. Okay, so we're done. Kids are in bed or sleeping.
Yep.
You read to them. You're just a
Yep.
great father.
Yeah.
All right, now tell me, exercise-wise, what time is it, by the way, when we're at?
It's 9:30. I'm trying to go to bed.
We'll go with
probably
10,
at 10
okay,
o'clock.
We'll go with
Yeah.
10 o'clock, and you're trying to go to bed. Sounds like nonsense to me. What do you think?
I'm in bed by 10 o'clock now. I'm getting old.
I'm hearing nonsense. Okay. Okay. 10 o'clock
Yeah.
sounds like nonsense to me. Okay. So I'm serious. It's great to be in bed at 10 o'clock, but okay. So I'll leave Derek out of it. Let's you and I talk. So you got to be in bed at 10 o'clock. That's your plan. Okay. And it's 10 o'clock. What can you do right now relative to exercise?
Relative to exercise at 10 o'clock. There's nothing wrong with doing some push-ups and
There you
stuff
go.
before bed.
So don't tell me what you can't do.
Yeah. Your heart rate will come back down fast enough.
And at the end of the day, oh God.
Yeah. People always complain. They're like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
it's going to bring up my adrenaline. I'm not going to
Right.
sleep."
Not true. If you got to be in bed at 10 o'clock. And by the way, you should really plan your bedtime. I agree with that. I do that every
Yeah,
night.
I was going to say that's a big thing for you.
It is a big thing, but exercise, from what I'm told, is the number one modality as far as a medicinal benefit. Not a doctor, okay? This is what I'm hearing. Okay, so do you really think, oh, geez, you hear what happened to Dave? No, what happened? Oh, he died. Oh, geez, what happened? The other night he went to bed at 10:15 versus 10 o'clock, knocked him right out, killed him.
He didn't
Do you
get that
really think
extra
that's gonna
15
happen?
minutes of sleep. He got
Do
7.
you really think that 15 minutes, is that going to really wreck your life? Do you really think that's the case?
No, you're right.
And as versus, it's, believe me, sleep is a number one most important modality in the world of let's get something done. Not medical advice again, but exercise is also number one. Nutrition is also number one. So I'm telling you, that extra 15 minutes of exercise, cumulative over a period of X number of days, weeks, months, years, is unbelievably important. I get up every morning out of bed, and it's hard. It's hard. And I bang out as many push-ups as I can, guy push-ups, and then I go to my knees, and I do as many push-ups in that fashion as I can. And then I take a quick break to document the numbers that I did for those first 2 steps. And then I go back and do more push-ups, guy push-ups. And I document this every time on a piece of paper. I send it to Mark Mastriano, who is my physical therapist / physical trainer. I just text him that. And I send it to Christopher Dean, who's a good friend of mine. And it's just an accountability thing. And so that's literally, guys, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes to do the whole thing. 5 minutes. And is that the exercise for the day? Of course not. But it's a step.
Right.
Okay? And so don't tell me please don't tell me what you can't do. You'd be amazed that Dave, you have 40 trillion cells in your body. 40 trillion. You're powerful beyond your wildest imagination. Unbelievable. Your heart is beating right now. What's making it beat? Your brain is on fire right now. What's making that happen? The human body is an amazing edifice. Agreed?
I totally agree.
You know better than anybody. So I want you to think about something, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to think about this right now. I can succeed. All that is possible for anyone is possible for me. I am successful. I do succeed, for I am full of the power of success. I can do what I want to do. Yes, I can. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who did I give that affirmation to?
My son.
I did.
Yeah, that was.
And I made him repeat it, didn't I?
Yep. And he has repeated it and continues to.
Powerful stuff.
Very.
Powerful stuff. One modality among many, not the only thing, but state of mind is, and your doctors are going to tell you this, state of mind is a really important element to what we're doing in this journey forward. I got a massive chill right now. Massive. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. This is an emotional issue for me, but I sat here downstairs on the back porch, and I sat and talked to David and Dave, and we talked about these kind of things. And Dave knows better than anybody on this setting here that attitude, state of mind is really important. So how do we improve our state of mind? It's what we say. It's what we write. It's what we listen to. It's what we view. It's who we hang out with. It's not familiar, Alcoholics Anonymous. Who we hang out with and what are our actions. Called autosuggestion, which is the keystone to the arch of the philosophy called Think and Grow Rich. And guess what we want for young David? We want him to think and grow rich. We're not talking about money here, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Being rich has a whole lot of different connotations. And in this case, we're talking about health span and lifespan.
Yep.
And what can we do to maximize those two?
Right.
Tell me where
Absolutely.
I'm wrong.
You haven't yet. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you, Jim. Let's do it.
We
Let's
ain't
do
messing,
it.
man. We ain't messing.
Let's go.
It's a serious business here right now. We ain't messing, are we?
Nope.
We're serious. Give me some.
Yeah.
We gotta. He'll get through this.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Yeah.
Yes, he will.
Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next episode.